This law, due to our voter protection law, would be unchangeable. So there's nothing that I as governor, that you as civic or community or local leaders, or our state legislature can do to change it. This is a law written by the marijuana industry to benefit the marijuana industry. Part of the reason that I don't like it is it's really being sold on several large lies. One of the largest being that this is about money for our schools. Well, I want you to know, as somebody who came into office with a $1 billion budget deficit and has worked very hard to put us in the cash positive position that we're in today, that once you get past enforcement, the bureaucracy, and the social cost of the legalization of marijuana, there's no money for our schools. This is a net financial loser for the state. There will be less money available in the general fund if this were to pass versus if we were to stop it. The other big lie is that this is just like alcohol. So that we should regulate it just like alcohol. Well, if the people that wrote this law, these 30 pages, single-spaced, in 8-point font, really believed that, then they wouldn't allow it to be regulated like alcohol, except they don't. We know, all of us, the human toll that alcohol can bring on a family and on our freeways. And we've worked very hard in our communities to learn how to regulate it, sell it responsibly, advertise, marketing, the whole deal. That's not part of this initiative. There's no standard of impairment for marijuana impairment here, and it puts law enforcement in a terrible disadvantage and will affect highway safety all around our state. And then I think the thing that has me most animated and motivated against this is this sign that you see that Daniel just put up back there, and that's the edibles that come from this. Now, most of us think of this product as something we saw in the 60s or 70s. It's dramatically different today. When you unleash the free market and the genius of innovation with something you can advertise, promote, and market, you have all these line extensions. And they have these brownies and these cookies and gummy bears. And if you get close and look there, you'll see, you know, what we used to enjoy or our kids enjoy in the morning, and these Pop-Tarts. They're selling as Pot-Tarts, and they look identical. The Pez dispensers, the all-day suckers, that you can't tell the difference between a Tootsie Roll and what they're selling, and so much so that in Colorado, they can't tell who's stoned and who's not. The only way they can differentiate is if somebody falls asleep in class, they'll remove that individual. This has been so devastating to the state of Colorado and Greater Denver specifically that you have their enforcement officer saying that he fears that they've lost an entire generation of young Coloradans. So people will say that, hey, this is about money for schools. There's no money for schools. They'll say we're going to regulate it like alcohol, but that's not written in the law. That's not how they handle it. And then they'll say it's about freedom. You know, it's this libertarian mindset, and on many issues, I've got a libertarian posture as well. But on this one, this is a monopoly for the existing medical marijuana providers. This is not about the free market or free enterprise. This is about the people that are already selling this, selling a lot more and making an incredible amount of money, all cash, because this is unbankable, because it's legal at the federal level. This is something that's a bad idea on so many different fronts, and our only opportunity is in these next several weeks to stop it. If we stop it, these guys are sent packing, and they're going to be gone for a long time. If we don't get to work, they have a real chance of winning, and we'll be looking at each other for the rest of our adult lives, saying, how did we allow this to come into the state of Arizona? The good news is we've raised an incredible amount of resources to stop this. Over $4 million to to date. That is a significant amount when you need to get a no on a ballot proposition. But because there's so much money in it for the drug dealers, they are going to be able to outspend us and outmessage us. We don't need as much as they have, we just need more than we have today. You've probably seen our first spot. You'll see 2 or 3 more spots. We'll talk a little bit about that in Q&A, but I don't want to take up all the time here. I wanted to tell you why I'm opposed to it, and then I want our county attorney from Yavapai County, Sheila Polk, to fill in the rest. Sheila, thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being here this afternoon. And I want to start with saying a special word of gratitude to